We're going to go ahead and jump into 2-3, finish out chapter 2. You guys will have time to work. It'll be very similar to what it was yesterday. And then you'll have time to finish up even the mastery probably. Okay? So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to talk about how those transactions affect owners' equity accounts. All right, so it says we received cash from sales of $1,100. What two accounts are we dealing with? Cash and sales specifically, right? Which is part of owner's equity. Um, so what is happening with cash? So we're going to debit our cash account. We're going to credit our sales account. Our sales has a normal credit balance, right? It's on the right side. It's part of owner's equity. Therefore, it's going to increase on the credit side. Next one, we sold services on account to Main Street Services for $500. What two accounts are we dealing with here? Accounts receivable for Main Street Services, okay, and why? Right, it's going to be increasing. But remember how I told you, like, for whatever reason, that sold services trips people up all the time? Sold is just the past tense of sales, right? So we've got our accounts receivable for Main Street Services and sales. Which one are we debiting? The accounts receivable, because it's an asset and we increase it by debiting it. So here we are where we debit our accounts receivable and we credit our sales. Paid cash for communications bill for cell phone and internet services. So what are we debiting here? Yeah, so that expense, which is going to probably be a communications expense of some sort. What is it? They're calling it a communications expense. Now, that does have an effect on owner's equity. It lowers the owner's equity, so that's the reason why we're debiting it and we're showing that we're lowering the owner's equity, but it's increasing the amount that we're paying for that communications expense. So it's sort of a subset of that. So that's the reason why it says it's going up, because that communications expense for that time period is increased, okay? But it lowered our owner's equity. And our cash is obviously going to be credited because we paid for it. All right, here we're going to be receiving, it doesn't have it written up, it's probably out of order, but we're receiving cash on an account from Main Street Services. So you should be able to take a T account and actually write out what's happening just by looking at your T account. I don't know if this is just, receive cash on account from Main Street Services of $200. Okay. So you should be able to look at it from the worded form or from the T account form and then state it as a worded form. Michael Delgado withdrew equity in the form of cash, $350. So what are we debiting and what are we crediting? What's that? We're going to credit our cash, and we're going to be debiting. I think they're going to introduce the Michael Delgado's drawing account here. Yes, they are. So just like with our expense, remember how yesterday when we talked about our chart of accounts and we talked about those 300 level accounts, and there was the capital account that was there was the drawing, and then there was the income summary. And I said how the drawing account is anytime the owner is withdrawing funds from it. So because Michael Delgado is withdrawing equity in the form of cash, that's why we have this drawing account. So yes, we're lowering our owner's equity, so that's why we're debiting it. But just like with our expense, we're increasing the amount that he's taken out during that period for cash. He's taken out of the company. All right. And so we're going to credit our cash account.